So, we've got the next magazine up, Farm and Ranch Living, all fired up. Country fairs make a comeback and farmers thrive from Kodiak, Alaska to the Hopi Nation. Now, this is the August-September 2021 issue. And there was, right off the bat, something I wanted to share with my friends. It says, this is a contest where you can win up to $500 for life on the land. Now show us your hard-working folks and sweet family moments that make rural life so rewarding. Let's see your farm pets, livestock too. And how about fields, pastures, orchards, tractors, barns, and color your world? Send us your best farm life photos from winter, spring, summer, or fall, and you could win up to $500. First place is that's first place. Second place is $250. Third place is $150, and final place is $100. Now you want to enter today at farmandranchliving.com/contest, where no purchase is necessary to enter or win. Contest begins July 12, 2021 and ends November 5th, 2021. There was a great story in here that really brought my attention to this magazine. Definitely life and learn. A Nebraska transplant finds her bliss in a heritage goat farm way up north. Photos are by Marion Owen Photography, and the story is by Kelly Foreman from now Kodiak, Alaska. Did you know that you can have goats and cattle in Alaska? That just shocked me. Products that she makes is goat's milk, ice cream, cheese, and soap. Services that their farm does is ag education and farm camp. And this is her feeding two of her goats. And this part caught my eye. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was just like, oh, look at those barn kitties. Because I have my own barn kitties, if you will. They were outside strays. And when we went to go visit Aunt Reethy, oh goodness, I thought she lived either in Salem. I wish Grandma was here to tell this story. Either Salem or Xenia. She lived in Xenia, okay. Had a great little farm with a barn, and she always had kittens. We would go out and visit the kittens. I remember that when I was growing up. Anyway, while Kodiak, Alaska is known for brown bears, exceptional sport fishing, and breathtaking views, the island also boasts a small piece of farming paradise. That's where I come in. My name is Kelly Foreman, and I'm a fifth-generation farmer hailing from Nebraska. I came to Alaska to work as a counselor at Kodiak Baptist Mission Summer Day Camp and fell in love with it here. My husband was game for giving it a try, and now we call Kodiak home. I'm the Assistant Executive Director and Farm Manager of the Kodiak Baptist Mission. About 6 years ago, we were looking for new ways to teach children and families, so we decided to return our 32-acre campus to its farming roots. This mission now incorporates our heritage farm and ranch into a preschool and after-school program and summer day camps. We also offer specialty farm, ranch, and horse programs for children. As the kids participate in farm life and activities, they discover the diverse world of ag and where the food comes from. In addition to being a teaching farm, in 2019 we became the only Grade A certified goat dairy in Alaska and one of the 2 remaining dairies in the state. We have about 40 goats, Senine, Nubians, and a fun mix called Snubians, and we milk about 25 at the season height. We also keep 22 free-range cattle on the Woody Island right across from the channel from Kodiak. They are a Kodiak variety of Highlander and belted Geltway bred for their tough climate. With all the snow here last winter, we were feeding them once a week. This means a boat trip offload hay and feed onto the beach. This winter we didn't have near as much snow, and we had to feed them just 4 times. They prefer kelp and free range all over the island. These cattle have few important roles. They keep it overgrown down, which decreases the chance of a large wildfire. You'd think we wouldn't have to worry about this, but we've had a couple of big fires in my 17 years here. We also use them to work for food as people who work the mission for the families in need. My faith is the central driving point of my life. While I miss my family farm back in the Midwest, I know this is where my family and I are supposed to be. Stephen, my husband, hello Heathcliff, is the elementary school counselor by day but a licensed boat captain by night. Our boys, Grayson 11, Laundry 9, and Fletcher 5, are growing up with the ocean in front of them and a farm in their backyard. Life here can be challenging, yet it is the best, most perfect life for us. Making cheese and bottling milk. August 1st. A heavy blanket of fog lay over Kodiak this morning as we ran goats in for milking at 5:30. After morning milking chores, I headed to the kitchen to start baking for the farmers market, where we will sell milk, cheese, and ice cream. August 2nd. Sundays are for rest, and for early morning cheese making, I try to have cheese pressing before my family wakes up. Stephen needed to take our landing craft skill to a nearby island and pick up some day campers. The boys and I stayed home and watched a live stream of Space Shuttle Endeavour coming back to Earth. August 3rd. Ironically, that's my birthday, but last year this is what these people were doing. Monday started new week of farm and ranch camp at the Kodiak Baptist Mission. This week I led a 5 through 7-year-old. It was wet, raining, and chilly, but that didn't slow them down. Collecting eggs, milking goats, feeding pigs, riding horses, and playing with animals filled the day. August 4th. Today I make a goat milk ice cream mix that will freeze into ice cream tomorrow. We work through the entire process on our farm, raising the milking the goats, processing the milk, labeling the bottles, and selling the product. August 5th. The ocean was glassy and calm today. Once our camp ended for the day, Stephen, the boys, and I took a skiff to the woody island to check on our cattle. After walking up to what typically would be a ranch full of overnight campers, with COVID-19, this program is on hold, we headed toward the water to count cattle. Our former bottle calf, Buttercup, stayed down on the beach next to the boys as they played in the water. August 6th. We completed our 9th day of camp today. All campers enjoyed riding a homemade train pulled by a little tractor. They rode horses, then carrots, pulled giant radishes, and snuggled plenty of rabbits and baby goats. I'm happy for the opportunity to share farm life with our island community, even amid the pandemic. August 7th. Stephen left early to take 4 people on a whale watching tour. They enjoyed quite well the show from 3 whales. Where was I at? Meanwhile, I was at the dairy processing milk for Saturday's farmer market. This is our 2nd year of production, but our 1st year bottling milk. It takes time to work through the process, but I love sticking a new label on a bottle and putting it out for sale. New campers and nearby bears. August 8th. As I let the goats into the milking parlors, I didn't see Mindy, one of our older milkers. Terrible thoughts crossed my mind as I went out for a search for her. Was she hurt? Did a bear get her? Was she so sick she couldn't get up? Then I rounded the shed corner and saw her head was stuck in the wooden hay feeder. I ran back to the shop and grabbed a drill to help get her loose. Thankfully, with one screw removed, her head came free and she raced to join the other goats. August 9th. I moved a lot of hay growing up in Nebraska, so I thought I was an old pro. I attempted to hay mowing in Kodiak until I tried to lift a 100-pound compressed bale. Today we cleaned out our last few hay bales to make room for new containers coming in on the large barge this week. We got 50-pound hay bales, which are now much easier to move. August 10th. Our 10th and final week of summer camp for this year began today. The latest groups of campers were excited to collect eggs, clean our hog pens, bottle feed a baby goat. We also harvested cucumbers, carrots, broccoli from the garden, and ate them for a snack. One of the campers mentioned that the camp had been a lot like hard work, but strangely satisfying. I liked hearing that. August 11th, I turned the corner just in time to see a milking goat's foot land in a bucket of milk, spilling it everywhere. My campers froze, looking at me in disbelief. Let's see here. All I could do was laugh. It was a great excuse to clean the barn. Everyone joined in to help, and soon the barn was filled with activity, a few runaway animals, and lots of laughter. I love my job. August 12th. My boss, Johnny, and his daughter, Jenna, often use the blacksmith shop behind my house to make their Alaska offal knives. Today the shop was set up for our farm and ranch campers to pound copper into bracelets with an anvil. Later, we ate a delicious meal prepared by Mr. Josh at the church chuck wagon. Ingredients included farm-fresh eggs and Alaska-grown pork. For dessert, the campers ran into the woods and filled their hands with salmonberries and blueberries. August 13th. It's hard to believe, but Stephen and I have spent more than 16 years in Kodiak. Each one has been special, and we love where we live and work. While I finished camp, Stephen went to Woody Island to put up the new running line, which is like a parking spot for the boat. The line runs in a triangle formation with one point in the ocean and 2 points on the beach. When landing craft gets tied to the line, we can pull the line for the boat to go either to shore or back into deeper water. It says, get the scoop. Along with goat's milk, goat cheese, goat milk, soap, and baked goods, the Heritage House at Kodiak Baptist Mission sells its own goat milk ice cream. The flavors change according to the season. At Christmas time, they include eggnog, gingerbread, pumpkin cheesecake, peppermint lane, and other flavors include berry vanilla, cayenne, dark chocolate, chocolate coconut cream, coffee toffee, cookies and cream, country vanilla, key lime pine, Kodiak bear tracks, mint chocolate cookie, peanut butter chocolate, pioneer peach, rocky road, salted caramel, strawberry cheesecake, toasted almond, and vanilla almond. On August 14th, our neighbors across the lake called to say a bear had killed their chickens. They followed the blood trail to the woods just past our property. It was all hands on deck kind of day, as we needed to make sure that there was a firm electric wire surrounding our chickens and hog pens. I tried to convince Stephen to sleep in the boys' tree house right above the coop, but no such luck. Overdue projects and new pigs. August 15th. Many of us in Kodiak live far from our families, so today we become a close family. Today my best friend Kelly and I threw a bridal shower for another friend. Post-shower I opted to finish chores wearing my church blouse. The animals appreciated my attire so much that they jumped up and rubbed their heads on my sides. I sure am thankful for washing machines. August 16th. It was a hot 76 degrees today. The boys spent afternoon in the wading pool and spraying each other with a hose. I mowed the yard, trying to dodge random spurts of water, but after a while it was nice to have a little spray now and then. The sun sparkled off the ocean like diamonds, and eagles flew against the incredible mountain backdrop. This island's beauty never fades and makes it even more mowing enjoyable. August 17th. This day was long and overdue projects. The first task was to drain and clean the duck pond. We moved rocks, laid a new tarp, and then refilled the pond. Next, we patched up the holes on the fence. I've transitioned to once-a-day milking in the mornings, which allows me to take part in the evening 4-H leaders meeting and take place with the days on Zoom. We're trying to put together a fair for the local kids, but pandemic makes it a challenge. August 18th, I finished my chores quickly so I could be at the mission office by 8:30 to help plan schedules, evaluate staffing needs. This fall, we're going to offer an after-school program on the farm 3 days a week and work to provide more opportunities for kids and family. Tonight I set an online ag subcommittee meeting up for our Kodiak Harvest Food Co-op. I enjoy working toward making our little island community more sustainable. Nearly 100% of our food travels by a large barge or plane, which is fine until there's an emergency. A few years ago, ash fall from an active volcano on the mainland ground flights and stopped boats. Shelves emptied quickly. Our dairy couldn't provide enough milk for everyone at Kodiak, but we were able to offer for infants, toddlers who needed it. And we're going to stop there for a moment to pick up Stuff We Love by Kelly Foreman. The outerwear is insulated Extroff and Justin waterproof boots, insulated Carhartt overalls and all winter long, and Duluth Trading Company overalls in the summer. Outback Trading Company, Gillaroo oilskin jacket, Kenco or Carhartt gloves. Salt Valley loves long sleeve button-up shirts every day of the summer. Pantugla Better sweater. I've had good luck finding used ones in great shape on eBay. Farm tools are the Kapota ATV, Zenport hoof trimmers, Alaskan awful knives that I have a custom-made model that sits on the side of my overalls. It's so handy and opens every single time, or bale, sorry. I use my grandpa's dehorner for all my baby goats. I just haven't found one yet that can get the job done better. Supplements, probiotics, bovine 1 oral get for ruminants, Caco selenium and vitamin E gel for the goats, Ultra Cruise goat copper bolea supplement for feed, Callaway Timothy hay, Alaska meal and feed, Purina feed, and Chalahafi alfalfa. On August 19th, all my muscles ached from mucking out the 4 pens in 2 days. I even trimmed a few hooves back. My back said enough. Still, I ran down to the garden before the summer day campers went home for their day. They helped me thin the carrots, and in reality, this meant they got to eat all the little rejects. The Heritage House, where we serve the ice cream, milkshakes, cheese, and milk, was opening this evening, and I love watching the happy families enjoy themselves on our oceanfront field. I do believe that ice cream brings us all together and makes us happier. I gotta get a tea break. Okay, August 20th, when the pandemic hit limits, we were able to put on meat purchase and store shelves went bare, so we opted to keep a few more feeder pigs. I connected with a farmer on the mainland and cargoed in a new boar. Even though flights to Kodiak can be costly, it only sent me back $41 to get our new hog here. Alaska farming is growing, and I appreciate the helpful hands. We are all in this together and want to see a steady increase in Alaska food production. August 21st. I had been waiting to get my hair cut since April. Today was the day. After I started baking for farmer's market, I had two of my favorites, blueberry zucchini bread, zucchini brownies using zucchini from the greenhouse. Inspections and a virtual 4-H fair. August 22nd, Saturdays are farmer's market days. Today we all sold our plain goat milk, 32 dozen eggs in just 45 minutes. I went to the barn and let the baby goats out to play with the human kids. They joyfully raced from one end of the arena to the next. Ice cream and baby goats are a match made in heaven. August 24th. Today was Stephen's first day back inside the actual school building since mid-March. About 20 minutes into my new normal, the boys were running in their underwear, trying to find socks without holes. New ones are coming in the mail. I thought, why am I homeschooling this year? We finally organized ourselves, got breakfast ready, and I made it through the work routine. I managed the fall camp schedule, doing my best to utilize every aspect of the farm. Let's see. By the end of the day, registration was up online, and I can only sit in front of the computer for so long. Though, as I was so thankful for evening chores, the boys helped me pull one of the ewes that needed to be shoed in, and no time she had a lighter new look. August 25th. In late August, it can feel like fall, especially in the morning. The days have been beautiful, with sun warming everything by early afternoon. The boys and I got all our chores done so we could hop on the boat in the minute Stephen got home. We went to the woody island, checked on the ranch, and when we got back to the beach for supper, the boys had hot dogs, while Stephen and I ate salmon from the fishing trip earlier this summer. I forgot all about our utensils, but no one seemed to mind. Evenings like this get us through the Kodiak dark, long winter. August 26th. To be a certified dairy, we undergo monthly milk sampling, quarterly facility equipment inspections, and biannual visits from the Interstate Milk Shipper Inspector. That inspection took place today. 3 people came out to test our equipment, inspect our facility, and review a year's worth of paperwork. Everything went well. August 27th. I bottled a plain milk in the morning and chocolate milk in the afternoon. I organized the fall schedule, did the laundry, and then snuck away for a quick horse ride with Kelly. Our schedules keep us from spending much time together, so it was lovely to be in the same ring. August 28th, our 4-H crew went virtual for their fair this year. Kids brought in their entries at staggered times and learned the results online the next day. And since I was a small animal group leader, I helped accept chickens, rabbits for judging. It's no secret that I'm afraid of chickens, so when I accidentally let a fly the coop, I looked ridiculous trying to wrangle her back up. August 29th. While I was baking for the farmer's market, Stephen asked me to come see Roscoe, our 15-year-old Westie. I thought he was asleep, but Stephen solemnly told me that the dog had passed. I fell to my knees and stroked my hand across Roscoe's back. When I first came to Kodiak, Roscoe was my companion. Stephen didn't show up on scene until the next summer. Our dog climbed every mountain with us, went with all the youth functions, managing to wriggle himself into the toughest students' hearts. Roscoe made it through all the births of our boys and never nipped at them. We were all so thankful that he passed peacefully. August 30th. Fall weather came in full force, and yesterday, which kept us all inside, there was small respite during morning milking, which the goats and I very much appreciated. By the afternoon, the wind had picked up again, and rain was coming in sideways, the perfect excuse to begin soap making. I started with a favorite, simple volcanic ash. If you dig just a little way into our soil, you'll see a thick ash from the 1912 Nova Erupta volcano eruption. I used that for the ash soap, and I love the remainder of the resilience of the early Kodiak residents who made it through some very trying times. Now, August 31st, Stephen and I opted to homeschool with the boys this year, so we spent a lot of time organizing our schedules, finding space in our home, and making sure that nothing would fall between the cracks. Speaking of cracks, Laundry accidentally dropped a full bucket of eggs when he was distracted, or that was Landry, sorry, by one of the broody hens. He felt terrible, so he offered to wash the eggs, which none of us like to do. We rounded out the day by harvesting veggies and enjoying an Alaska-grown meal. The postscript this year was unlike any that we've experienced. I can't say I'm a great homeschooling mom, but we're making it work. The dairy is running strong, and the goats are healthy, and we're welcome kids every day at the after-school program. They were able, thank you, to even watch their first goat birth. I'm incredibly thankful for my faith, family, and for the opportunity to live and work here. And it says this year was unlike any other that we've ever experienced. And if you haven't figured it out, Heathcliff is saying hello. Okay. I thought this was really cool. This is in the field, celebrating life and work in the country, and all of this is sunflowers, believe it or not. It says, when you wish upon a farm. As Sunflowers for Wishes, a yearly celebration at the Buttonwood Farm, a beef and dairy flower operation in Griswold, Connecticut, the visitors buy bouquets to go on hay rides and try sunflower ice cream. Now, all of the proceeds go to Make-A-Wish, and the photo is by Leanne Queen Photography. How cool is that? You know? Just saying. Okay, well, I've got my kids up here, so we're going to have to try and work around them. Come on, guys. Is that it? Nope, we got one more page. Oh, I always love reading about animals. I guess it's my animal heart. The Perfect Mix. This is an energetic farm dog that makes friends everywhere she goes. And this is from Kelly Lang in Sheffield, Iowa. And Cedar's the name of the dog. He's the breed of a Labrador Husky mix. His age is 5 years. His hobbies are swimming, running, and napping. He Instagrams at Cedar the Happiest Pup. And it says, The Energetic Farm Dog Makes Friends Everywhere She Goes by Kelly Lang from Sheffield, Iowa. My husband Ryan and I adopted our dog Cedar when she was 12 weeks old. Her mom was a black Labrador and her dad was a Husky, and she was a perfect mix of the two. She was born at a farm in a nearby town. Aside from her tail, which is curled up, Cedar's appearance favors the Labrador side. The Husky lineage comes out in her personality. For winter naps, Cedar will always choose a snow hill over a heated hut. She's energetic too. She enjoys running laps around our 4-square farmhouse, playing with a tennis ball. On our farm, Ryan and I raise chickens and we grow vegetables, and Cedar spends her days outdoors with the chickens. The animals have developed a friendly dynamic, though the chickens aren't always as keen on the idea of playing as she is. And it says, when chicks arrive in the spring, Cedar is gentle with them. She allows them to climb on her and helps to explore their new world. My husband also farms with his dad and grandpa on their family farm. Cedar loves to tag along and visit the cows. She's always excited to make friends with new animals she meets. And it says, as a puppy, she often joined Ryan in the field over on the tractor ride. At home, she likes to help when we plant our garden. She's especially happy to help dig. Our Cedar is the best companion anyone could ask for. She finds glory in things outdoors and in the nature around her. I'm so happy she gets to spend her days in a place she loves. It says, send stories and photos of your farm and ranch dogs at farmandranchliving.com/submit. And that's all I have to share with you this time from August, September Farm and Ranch Living. And that's Heathcliff. We're going to try and catch up with you tomorrow night with 2 more magazines probably. Stay tuned. God bless and stay safe. Stay well.